Europe and Asia all try to qualify to call themselves a World Junior Champ. So we see this one as a major qualifier for the North Americans that all get to battle it out for big points. And the fun part, there's some surfers from overseas that like to mix it up and take those points from the ones that are trying to qualify. And it's a great opportunity for her to enter the draw and just really get her game solid, since she could be on the tour full time, and a championship tour event stops here as well. Samantha Sibley got this wave during the break.
I've been so impressed with what Samantha's been producing throughout the rounds. Looks like she's come in with a fresh approach this morning. Just battles to the inside shorey, but yesterday, some strong performances.
Now off the bottom and setting up a classic first turn is Brisa Hennessey. She's already getting well known for that forehand hook. And now thinking about a backhand reform. First turn, solid in the reform. She's got a late section and she'll step off. And now the superstar, originally from Florida, now living on the West Coast here, Caroline Marks. Loves winning this contest. Let's see how she goes in the reform. Little backside jam to get out of there.
Just see that mature approach to the lip that she has. Always has so much fun when she's surfing, has a huge smile on her face. It's fun to see someone with such a bubbly personality just live for competition and thrive on competing.
And seeing that backside turn for the finish, we saw a little bit of the Aka line coming out. Compared to Mark Akalupo by Damian Hobgood, gave her a fun nickname on a surf trip down the coast. Alyssa Spencer now steps off of her first ride. So important numbers for Caroline Marks, Alyssa Spencer fighting for the top two to make it into the final. How'd you like Brisa's first turn?
I loved that style that Brisa was able to show on that wave. Just the timing of it all, just eyeing off that section, deciding to go into it early and then finding the rebound, and it really set her up for the rest of the wave. Had she finished it off with one closing maneuver, it would have been a really great score. And every single one of these girls has potential to take this thing all the way. I think this semi-final right here, and just hammer it home.
Really cool move. Just a punchy little forehand snap that she used to a 9.5 yesterday. Seeing a cool aerial view from the pier of Samantha Sibley. She'll step off of the pilings there. So Samantha had a 4.17 opener. As we see what Alyssa Spencer did here.
Alyssa Spencer, also another great surfer. Seen her out in the lineup at lowers, belting sections. Finds this inside connector, hooks it up in the lip, implodes. And then Samantha Sibley, what's cool about what she's doing is just laying into every turn, but also the way that she moves her feet on her surfboard when it starts to reach that flat section. Watch as she moves her back foot off the tail pad and further forward just to give her that forward momentum into the shorey, moves it back onto that tail block and gets release out of that wave. So Samantha Sibley with a great answer back.
Internationally, make the move to Southern California to help their career out, be right close to their sponsors, close to waves that are on the championship tour is the big part of that, as we see Alyssa Spencer. Alyssa's previous score, the 3.7, was her high mark. Needs a 5.8 here. She's looking for the big finish. Nice off the bottom, attacking it off the top, but she's incomplete. Brisa out of the next one. We'll see if she had anything out the back. Hennessey only needed a 1.67 to get second back. And now Marks in position. Quick bottom turn and attacks the first section. She'll slam on the brakes just to enjoy the whitewater. And the mini Hawk just getting ready to finish. A big wind up, little jam again. She's so reliable with those little power hacks.
For sure, she's just got it down. Just knows this wave so well.
And now we'll check out the replay of Brisa Hennessey.
Well, Brisa has been relegated into third place position by Samantha Sibley. She only needs a 1.67 But like I mentioned, you don't want to just obtain that score. You want to obliterate it and move into that top position and make the requirement a little bit harder on your competitors. Alyssa Spencer, she's been so busy in this heat. Look at that whip off the top. Fails to complete it, but she's been doing so well in the junior series. And then Caroline Marks, neat whip off the top. So the 8.5 best wave of the heat already belongs to her. Her backup at 2.83. I think with this wave, she's going to cement that lead. And wham, finishes it clean. So Joey, we have a heat on our hands.
I enjoy that backside power hack from Caroline Marks.
Closeout turn. I mean, you can walk right down there and literally almost high-five them as they finish their waves.
Good man strider. Caroline Marks up once again. Her last wave was 6.07. Now she's just having fun trying to strengthen her lead. 2 moves out the back. She's deciding forehand, backhand. She'll go with the backhand weapon to finish. Under the lip, and she'll get smashed on that one. Martin Potter always talked about the idea of someone winning a world title and then saying, all right, I'm out. And then you kind of leave your career as #1 as we look at this for Caroline again.
Well, Caroline building on her lead with a 6.07. But I said, as soon as she locks in those 2 scores, she's going to find that feeling of freedom to go all out. It seemed like she had that on going for her on this wave. Goes for that vertical approach, awkward fall. She actually turned the board over, and checked it out. It's crazy you mentioned how tall John is. Everyone just seems to be maturing and growing up, and their surfing is evolving with that.
As we see Alyssa Spencer, also #1 on the junior rankings for just starting off this year on fire with huge wins in Cocoa Beach. And now here to Huntington for more. Nice speed, good connection, a tough section, and she times it well to complete it. Alyssa's hoping for a huge score, though, a 9.93 to get into second as we look at Alyssa's form.
Does well to hold on to that maneuver. Vertical. Will this help her cause? Mentioned that she needs a 9.93, so close to a perfect wave.
Right into live action, Samantha Sibley needs an 8.09. She had a taste of second for a moment. Looking for the big windup and hits it off the top, and the bottom just takes her down. 3:20 to go.
Couple passes at that inside maneuver. I think the point of difference for me is Samantha has just failed to find that bigger opportunity. You see this wave, it's a bit of a medium-sized one. The moves are strong, Joe. The surfing, it's all there. It's just about finding a wave that's going to give you more opportunity and more push to go for those bigger maneuvers. And then this inside section, as it starts to suck up, you see the sand through the face of that wave. It just tells you how shallow it is and how quickly it approaches that shoreline.
2:45 remaining. In position once again for a fun-looking left is Caroline Marks, the 2-time pro junior champ. Just throws that first section away. She's got a lot of room just to play around with maneuvers if she wants. Right here, because she threw down a grab rail underwater reverse. Something, just a weapon she's been doing in free surfs. That's right, and those are crucial spots like you're mentioning. You got to be in the top 4 from your region to get sent all the way to World Junior Championships. So we see Alyssa Spencer, surfer that's #1 on the rankings. Has such a smooth road to this inside corner. She'll get hung up off the roof, so a tough one to complete. But she came out blazing in the junior circuit with repeat wins at Cocoa Beach, Florida. Let's see how she did here.
Well, good answer back here. You can see why she's had so much success on the junior rankings already. That wind up on the inside is just detrimental with that imploding whitewater.
Teresa Bonvalot behind her in second will now be in a matchup with Caroline Marks and Brisa Hennessey after the junior men's semifinals. So we got a solid final to look forward to here in the Women's Pro Junior.
Yeah, well served to Caroline Marks and Brisa. Samantha Sibley, Alyssa Spencer, they did so well too. It was a pleasure watching them in this event.
Caroline Marks, 9.5 yesterday, 8.5 so far today. Let's see if she give us a 10 into the final.